basically everything starts out from here, where in front of me you see there's 2 tanks. These are glucose tanks. One has been commissioned, which is what we use, and the second one is our projected plan on running a second production line. We'll then be able to sustain within 2 days all 8 flavors. We've then also got 4 other new flavors that are in the pipeline that we've approved. This is the sugar dispensing unit. It picks up the 1-ton bag and lays it down. And you have a small PLC system here, and it then controls the quantity of sugar, the quantity of glucose, the quantity of water that needs to go into my production. This is gum base. It's normal gum base with no flavors, and that becomes that with all our flavoring. So this machine is a heated machine because this being this thick, it needs to be warmed and broken into pieces. Once it is ready, once the pH has been balanced and the bricks have been tested and everything is good to go, it then gets transferred to the big tank. This cooker cooks at 132 degrees every 2.5 minutes, plus minus 50 kilos. Once it comes out, it goes into this mixing tank where we add our essence and where we add our citric acid. What happens is your essence can't be thrown in before the cooking process because it loses the flavor. This table here is our cold table. What they're doing is they're turning the pasta. If they don't turn the pasta, it hardens on the one side, and we don't want that to happen. So they keep turning it so that it cools on a general form. If we're running a flavor that has a single color, we do about 1,300 cases per day. With the new production line, you would obviously triple. The machine that's rolling like this has got a white pipe inside. The white pipe is for the gum. So what happens is the gum goes through the white pipe and goes into the machine, and then that rolls. Now if you see here, by the time the pasta comes here, it's already got the gum inside and it starts forming the snake. So it makes it from here to the size that we require. As you can see, this is the forming machine. So the snake goes into the machine on that side and it comes out on this side as a lollipop. When it goes up here, it's about 84 degrees. It comes out at the other end, it's at 12 degrees within 5 minutes. This is now the cooling tunnel, so you'll actually feel the very cold air blowing out at you. What he does is he checks that it's round. If he finds any damages or any brokens, he takes them out. Every manufacturer has rejects. So what they are doing, if we have lollipops that are still good and that have come off the production floor, they're actually removing that to send it back into production to get it reworked into the system. So I've got 4 wrapping machines here. What happens is the stock seeds fall into the holes, and then we have a brush that cleans the lollipop, and then it gets wrapped. These machines wrap about 250 lollipops a minute. This machine packs about 50 bags per minute. It checks if there's any metal inside the product before it goes out. Once it reaches there, then we know it's good. They get packed and they're ready to go. When we drew up the business plan, we went to IDC in the hopes that they would help us, which they did. The business increased and we were able to do what we set out to do. Obviously now we're at a point where we can't keep up with the demand, and we now need to expand in terms of that.
The role of RCF is to play a catalytic role, provide that risk capital. So this was one case where it was risky, but it was people who we were convinced would be able to implement the project. I think our relationship thus far does talk to that in terms of how things have panned out.
RCF Risk Capital Facility is really a developmental instrument aiming at social transformation. What we've seen at Americandy today is that the enterprise has grown from an initial about 20 employees to currently 83 employees, and in future they're even projecting to reach 205 with new investments. So we're supporting creation of jobs, in particular for women, and we're also supporting empowerment of Black people in South Africa, so through shareholding, training, and other schemes.